Up early in the morning, getting the kids ready for school. Rise and grind, yeah. Pack a lunch or two. Talking about I gotta be at work in a few, yeah. Hey, for your daily news, hey. Grinding just for you, yeah. When you don't have a clue, yeah. Ain't got the scoop for you, yeah.
Sounds nice, say no.
There we go. No, they'd be rubbing against the thing. So anyway, welcome, y'all.
You was rubbing the mic?
Rubbing up against this
nasty.
thing. Yeah.
Mike, Miles, keep your hands to yourself.
Keep my thing to myself. Listen, welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. You already know what time it is. We do this every Monday through Friday. It's 9 o'clock. We do this every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Hey, 9:07.
Welcome to Detroit. Today we're going to be talking about a few things, but before we get started, we got to introduce the crew, the one and only, the one who keep her ears to the street and keep all the fellas in suspense and lock them all up and have them smoking all the weed and have them robbing people and have them taking Xboxes and PlayStation 5s out their house.
And they be putting their pistols in my purse.
And go pawn it at the pawn shop. The one and only, the one they call Miss Fifi, the butt plug.
I can't stand you. Good morning.
And the man.
That's because I can get the bullets on discount.
Yep. And the man.
I got the plug.
And the man. And the man.
Bullets on discount.
And let me hold their pistols.
And the man. And the man. And the man. Behind the ones and the twos.
He went to DeVry.
He know what to do. He's all about the crew. The one and only DJ. Excuse me. Bug.
I cannot stand him. That's Boogie, y'all.
He doing what is he doing?
Because he won the Heisman.
That ain't the damn Heisman.
Yes, he did.
That's the
He
wise.
won the Heisman at DeVry.
That nigga went to the brown. And I go by the name of the one and only, the homie, Mr. M. Dixon. Miles Dixon, the media.
Media manure.
Because I'm the shit. Anyway, that's how we ran it down. And we had a reoccurring special guest. He was here just a while ago. I think it was Friday. When he here Friday?
Right, like yesterday.
Like yesterday.
He was just here.
It did feel like it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
He's a man. Hold on, let me get this right. He's a man of the cloth.
There you go. God, why you got to do that?
Man of the cloth.
He makes music. He's a producer. He's a father. He's an extreme lover.
What?
He brought scripture.
He brought scripture, and he also brought clothing. The one
And he bought
only.
me some ginger stuff too.
Yeah.
She wiggling her tail. He go by the name Mr. Jewel. That's the damn shit.
Miles, I thought you was gonna run out of wind with that introduction.
Shut your ass.
I'm just saying. I was gonna say give him a Ricola.
Two ginger
I don't know. First of all, I don't even drink cola. Listen, at the end of the day, I think everybody need to understand.
Miles, you're a maniac.
Coca-Cola is one of my favorite drinks with no ice. So we talk about vindication.
Uh-huh.
And for those who went to Cody, it's not a vacation, it's vindication.
Wow.
You say what school they had to go to say vacation?
Cody.
Oh, okay.
Cody people, you know, I always could tell a woman who went to Cody because she always had scratches on her neck.
Wow. Right there.
No,
They said them Mumford heifers had hickeys on their necks, but I'm just saying.
He get the womp.
They had a daycare in their school.
At least they was sucking and not fighting.
Man.
Not touching that one.
Not through the straw either.
Anyway, I gotta say what I gotta say sometimes because I gotta get my mind together.
There ain't milk on her shirt. I'm just saying.
Y'all remember Pet Milk?
Yeah. What do you mean remember?
Man, my grandmother swore by pet
First of all, I
and
hate that Pet
everything.
Milk. The shit didn't sound right. It didn't even sound right.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Pet Milk.
You can make some dog ass biscuits from scratch with some pet milk. I'm just saying.
What kind of milk?
My grandmother used to kill the mac and cheese with the pet milk.
Yes.
Do they still make
Ixnay
Pet
on the mac and cheese.
Yeah, they still
That's
make
one
Pet
thing
Milk.
I don't eat. Don't take my black card. I'm sorry.
You don't eat mac and cheese?
I do not. Never have. I can't tell you whether it tastes good or not because I have never had it.
Wow.
And yes, I am black.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check that out. We need a color swabber, Mike.
It's okay.
My phone before we leave out
It's
here.
okay.
We're not gonna be there.
He ain't the real nigga.
I've been tested.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, but that's just for
He ain't been
COVID and HIV. Listen, at the end of the day, we gonna.
Now, if he say he ain't never had a rib too, we gonna have to really
No,
reconsider
I'm a real.
who he
I
is.
am the rib king. I am the
Miles,
real
why would you put? Why, Miles?
Yes.
Oh Lord, I can't take
I am
it.
the grill guru.
That nigga's stomach look like Thanos
He's stupid as
by
hell.
itself.
What's wrong with you?
I have the infinity belly. The infinity belly.
He said it wraps around and wraps around, and then it wraps around and wraps around.
It wrenches around your neck. So,
You're a
so
retard.
we're talking about vindication today because the George Floyd
Case has finally.
is finally over, but it's not over. The fight is not over.
What's the man named Derek
Chauvin.
Derek Cherish?
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, him.
Retarded some bitch.
The white man the white man. He's going to the slammer.
I hope he
Well,
At least,
I don't know.
He gonna do at least 60 days, y'all.
I can't verify he's going to the slammer.
He gonna do 60 days.
He'll do 60 days.
I don't care if he does 60 years. He's not going to Gym Pop. He's not going to where real prisoners will go. He's going to go to pretty much camp.
Yeah, but the thing about it is
He'll get lobsters on Fridays, visitations on Saturdays.
Don't get it
And-
twisted. The first 2 years he might not be in Gym Pop, but there's a lot of police officers that goes to regular population after a few years. They do, and they get boned, and they be somebody's bitch later.
Really?
Well, listen.
All that.
Well, listen.
How you know?
He did because I know.
Because Miles just got out.
Right. I just got out.
He was in the Aryan Nation when he was in there.
My black
No, he was in the Air Nation.
I was in the Air Force One.
he was the one with the air fryer, so they just let him in.
Right. They let him in.
No.
We already got a microwave.
You know I will defend myself in the name of God. You know that, right? Y'all better leave me alone. I'm just like, come back at your ass. So we talking about vindication.
I got him now. You know, this is what we do.
So if y'all can give us a chance, we gonna give y'all a chance. We're about to open up the phone line 248-854-9850.
We are?
Because that's definitely Jewel.
Who phone that is?
Jules.
Not mine.
Probably
sis.
Miles. That's pre-Miles. You know he next. Go ahead, do it. That's pre-Miles.
Since you want to say shit. And then during the trial
This man is crazy.
or the results of the trial, there was an event that was going on in Columbus, Ohio, where a police officer in Columbus, Ohio, fatally shot a young lady by the name of Micaiah Hunter. I believe Micaiah Hunter.
Was she trying to stab somebody or something? They said
She wasn't trying to stab the cop.
She wasn't trying to stab
I'm
the
just
guy.
asking.
Yeah, well, she
Yeah.
wasn't trying to stab.
I was just asking, what was the reason for the police being there? That's all I was asking.
Go ahead.
They say she called the police because some girls was fighting outside of her house. Apparently, she grabbed a knife trying to help whoever was being jumped. And in the process, she started fighting. And when the cop pulled up, one girl had got knocked across the grass towards him by one of the girls. And the girl that Micaiah,
Who actually called.
she went at one of the girls at a car, and the cop shot her 4 times.
Shot her 4 times in the means
And
to stop her
he
from
said that
assailing someone else.
And he said he thought he was in danger
10 feet away.
because she had this knife.
Not approaching him, 10 feet away with her back turned.
turned.
He felt threatened.
First of all, her back was turned. He didn't know what she had then.
Well,
no, they say she had the knife. You could see the knife when it fell.
it doesn't matter what
You know what I'm saying?
When it all boils down, what he saw that ticked him off wasn't a knife.
Right.
It was her skin color.
That's very true. But here's the thing that we don't have against this going in our favor is the law. Did he say freeze?
He didn't say much of nothing.
Okay, well if he didn't see freeze, he need to get
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of the whole block showing their videos and stuff now, right? Is that the same thing? I saw a little glimpse of it on the news.
I mean, it might be more videos up by this time.
Wait, what city was this in? Was this in Ohio? I mean, what state?
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah,
Columbus.
because they said that the police released a video or something
They
fast
did.
because, they was trying to show a little glimpse of justification.
Right. That's
Not,
crazy.
not that I'm agreeing with it. I'm just saying that that's what the news has said.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing when police officers have this thing where they can say freeze, stop, or whatever, and if we don't freeze or stop, they quote
They could
unquote,
bomb first on your ass.
They had the right to shoot, and the sad part is that's the part that need to be changed. I think a lot of time we as black Americans we fight the wrong fight when we really need to get down to the root of things. I love the way Comey. I love the way I think Joe doing what you call that subtle promotions. Shameless
Lord.
plug. Shameless
Early,
plug.
right? Let me yarn.
And by them only looking at us as 3/5 of a person.
Oh my God! Wow.
The sad part is we accept it in a lot of ways. We just say, well, man, Bucket, we just need to go ahead and get our money. We more focused on money than we are focused on change.
Oh my God!
And by us focusing on money, you lose all credit when you just focus on money. This is why a lot of this money going around and people talking about it's free money. It's not free money. Your ass gonna have to pay it back.
Are we?
Yes.
Shit.
In some form.
I'm gonna have to take them ribs back, huh?
Yeah. And the lamb.
I got rib dinners for sale, y'all. 'Cause
and the lamb
they don't want
chops.
their money back.
Right.
But at the same time,
Shit.
if we focus on, I have yet heard anyone who's in the media right now, I'm definitely gonna write a letter. Has not wrote a letter to major entities such as the NBA, NFL, to get for them to come in our neighborhoods for the support, not send no money, but come and actually be a voice in the neighborhoods in which they came from. I think they need to start voicing out things. If your ass could be on Wild 'N Out, goddammit, you could be in the neighborhood.
Come on, somebody.
Telling somebody, let's
That'll
stop
preach.
this.
It does. It's preaching now.
I was watching Wild 'N Out yesterday. I was like, wow. And these same 6 people, I'd never seen them in no neighborhood. And it's sad. They might be in the neighborhood, but they're not vocally in the neighborhood. They're not walking through saying, hey, what can we do to help? Not to say, but these 6 people I'm talking about was millionaires. And not millionaires just because they money, but they have influential status.
Millionaire influence?
Yes. To where if they walk, if MC Light was to come say, hey, ladies, I'm going to have a ladies retreat. You know what I mean? And let's talk about hygiene for these young girls and things like that. Hey,
Get some Lumi. Go ahead.
Andre Drummond. Hey, fellas. I know I'm not in Detroit no more, but I do want to go to the Boys Club of America.
He was from here?
No, he's not from here. But my point was, a lot of people supported him.
He played for the Pistons.
He played for the Pistons, and a lot of people from Detroit supported him while he was here
Because of that.
And I never seen him at no Boys Girls Club. I think
he did some stuff here.
no, I know he did some stuff, but I'm talking about let me take that back. He done stuff here.
You just wouldn't have known about it because he never tried to publicize it outside of the stuff that he did with that the Pistons had him do. That was part of his contract because they have to do certain, events and show up at certain places. He did a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Because I know some of the guys that I know that run with him.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's doing
Well,
stuff.
and to Boog's point, a lot of times when we do have people with a name behind them and stuff, or they like to do more things anonymous.
Yeah.
They don't
Rasheed
like
Wallace
to
been
be
doing
on there.
stuff here since even after he retired, and
Yeah.
people wouldn't even know. Only reason some people started to know was because he started doing stuff with New Era Detroit.
Well, I definitely knew Rasheed.
So she'd been doing stuff for a long time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
Rasheed is an activist. Period. Rasheed has been an activist against police brutality. I think one of his brothers was killed or something like that too, a few years ago, by the hands of the police, or he was hurt, or he definitely was victimized by the police.
And
Go ahead.
like what I would like to know is, you know, do we as a people discredit it if we don't know that it came from certain people or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it discredited because they not coming to the forefront and saying it, or is it okay that they, you know, that people are helping? Like, you know, they're just being like angel helpers. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, like, you know, like you said, people do things and they just don't want nobody to know about it. Like,
yeah.
I was watching something. I was watching that basketball podcast. I mean, I'm sorry, the football podcast that they be having. I told you was gonna be doing it.
I did on purpose. Go ahead.
And Cam Newton was on there, and he was just saying, and they were saying,
bad dresser.
they were saying how much he got a hat line coming out too. Well, he already has it out.
This hat is dope.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna front.
but they were saying that that he, you know, he helps out a lot and stuff. And one of the guys on there or whatever was like in particular talking about an incident, and he was just saying that, you know, if you call him, he'll give it to you or whatever, but he'd be like, please don't tell nobody it's for me. Like, don't say it's for me or whatever, you know. And I would imagine that a lot of them probably do that because they catch all hell and flack. And if they are not able to be in a position the way that they are, you know what I mean? Like, be able to move freely in a position, their ability to help you will be limited because, you know, it's like you bringing it to the forefront. So I think that more than anything, we probably should reach out to these people first.
That's what I was
and
saying.
just ask, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and see, because a lot of times they just don't want to, they don't want the, you know, all of the attention behind it and stuff.
Okay, so
because it'll take away from actually what it is that they doing. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
take away from the mission. Because
Yeah.
I agree. Because when we was doing
it kind of dilutes it.
when we was feeding the homeless, I did not publicize that we were doing it, and I thought it made a difference because I didn't want everybody to be like, well, Miles, won't you help me get some money, blah 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 blah,
it's too many opportunities out here who gonna try to come up with something like, well, let me talk to him and get him and do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think
agree.
what needs to happen though, I mean, we do need someone or a few individuals that are of stature that can come forward in the frame of like how Muhammad Ali made his stand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So in order to do that, we need to position ourselves, get in a position of power so that the recognition can go or be something that can catapult change, catapult political change and through the sense of lawmaking. You know, we can modernize everything that's been out there. Okay, we need to modernize the same type of movement that worked for us. Not just blacks, but it worked for everyone. The same thing that happened in the 60s. We need to redo and make a modern movement involving different people in a position of power, whether they be millionaires, billionaires, people who are affluent, to make change in policy. I mean, tragically, a man lost his life, you know, Mr. Floyd. People saying that, you know, Mr. Chavez, I hope I'm not butchering his name, went to jail.
He gonna be somebody bitch
for this murder. But the fact of the matter is, none of it would make any type of if it hadn't happened, we wouldn't see any type of effort of change, because too many people have been closed eyes to what we've been saying all along. Sad to so that it took Mr. Floyd dying in order to get the progress that we are going to have.
I'm gonna say this
right now. That's the sad part.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't think we had no goddamn progress.
Yeah, this is how I feel
I
about.
think it's a step in the direction of progress.
Even if it's a smidgen of a step, it's a step we didn't have.
Yeah, it's like a grain of sand cut in half. That's how far we got.
Yeah,
that's
it's
how
true.
I see it.
It's
because
true.
listen, this is my thing. I mean, while I am happy for the family that they finally got closure on this, because you know we have several other families of those victims
absolutely.
that are in that same category that still don't have their closure, and it's been years, you know. But my thing is, this was too blatant to cover up. You know what I'm saying? It was extremely blatant, like, you know. So with that on with that point right there, I don't feel like shit was done to personally. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I mean, this is like, duh. You know what I'm saying?
It's duh to us.
But listen. But my thing, I just feel like when I was watching after the verdict and stuff, it kind of annoyed me, the fact that we don't really have any leaders that are out in the forefront that are in our age range and stuff like that.
Yes, we do.
But no, just hear what I'm saying. I'm talking about like back in the day when Jesse Jackson and all of them was young and stuff, you didn't see Harriet Tubman running up behind them or whatever. You know what
Correct.
I'm saying? Out here on camera, like, yeah, we done overcame something, whatever. And I'm not saying that there's anything really wrong with that, but at the end of the day, when are they going to sit down and other people take the lead?
Well, and I know Miles looked at me a little crazy when you said that. What you said is correct. Where are our leaders to help push and catapult that situation? Well, one of them sitting right
Because it's
here.
fizzing out.
No,
one
well,
of
I
them,
think-
one of them, I have to include myself in that. I'm not just standing. You know, I see people many a time saying I stand up for racism. First of all, I like the question. What are you? Were you supposed to put that? You supposed to say anti-racism? But fact of the matter is, a lot of you ain't standing up. Y'all sitting down. I'm standing up.
No, you actually sitting down right now. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying to you is right now. Right. Well, to be very honest with you, and I'm gonna be transparent at this point.
You can be clear.
Yeah, I must be very clear. There is nobody who's just standing up for black people
Thank
right
you.
now, except for one. That's Minister Farrakhan. That's the only person who stand up for just black folks.
And he old as hell too.
And he's old, but he has Ishmael Muhammad is going to take over his reign. But my point to you is, back in the day, just standing up for black people, we had Jesse. We had over 14 to 18 people across the country who was actual leaders who led people with direction. And I'm not gonna say the NAA. I do not believe in the NAACP at all. And the only reason because it was created by white folks.
I can't totally agree that, but go ahead.
It was created by white folks.
I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the fact that you're saying that there's absolutely no one person or entity who's standing up for black people. I don't totally agree with that.
Just for black people. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, you speaking it definitively, and I think you're wrong.
Okay, well, I can't be wrong.
I think there's a lot of people that you wouldn't know, just like there's a lot of people that I don't know that are standing up for us.
I ain't talking about
that we're unaware of.
We said leaders. When there's a leader,
there are tons of leaders across the world, brother.
I ain't talking
You
about the
can't
world.
speak definitively and say
I'm not talking about the
that
world.
he's the only one.
I'm not talking about the world.
You can't do that. We have to stop doing that.
This is what
That's
you
why
call
black
it.
people are divided, my brother.
Well, show me one black leader.
Here I am.
That's just for black people. You already said all people, all color. I'm talking about just for black people. Show me one.
So I got to know their names?
No, I mean, listen what I'm trying
Here
to
I
tell
am.
you. If a person is influential in bringing a process through, there's for black people, you would know their names.
But there's a lot of people that did things for us in the 50s and the 60s
Nah, Doc-
that you didn't even know their names,
nah, Doc,
bro.
I know-
that was
I-
for black people.
I agree with you
I'm
both.
not saying it's for. I said, listen, man. I'm talking about right now in today's
He's not talking
time.
about FOUR.
No, I'm talking about
FOR.
I'm talking about there's 4 black people right now to this day in 2021 who only focus on black agenda.
Well, that's a different thing.
That's
You just
different.
said
You
black
just-
agenda. Now that's totally different than what you just said earlier.
That
Because
is.
even Louis Farrakhan himself, even though the Nation of Islam is for the progress only for black people, he does connect with some individual people who are not of the black race for some type of progress. You can't do anything without it, and that's where I try to get people to understand that even though we have an agenda to help to push forward a particular race, the black race, sometimes you have to pull from other sources that may not be of the same black race in order to get progress. Thus, what we're putting into law and making into rule and regulations from Washington on down right now, there is not a senior person who is in a formal position of political power who is black who can make the change. They have to commune. They have to get with and join with someone else who is not black in order to make a change happen. It's what's going to happen now. It's what's happened in the past. We'd still be under the same reform of 3/5 compromise for over 100 years until the other 2/5 proportion tried to come along. We'd be in that same 100 year of even after slavery until there was some connection with some abolitionists and individuals in that day that made a portion of change, and it had to have come with the joining of other than blacks.
Are you familiar with affirmative action?
Really?
No, I'm asking.
Absolutely.
Who created it?
You tell me. You tell me.
It came up under the Jimmy Carter administration, correct?
Finish your soliloquy, sir.
No, my
Soliloquy. I'm saying.
My soliloquy.
Yeah, I'm over here soliloquying.
So there's a beautiful.
That sounds like
it's a beautiful
drink.
It's a beautiful gentleman who created
Got liquor in it.
who assisted. He started affirmative action. He was the creator. He basically the creator of it.
And his name is
Dr. Claude Anderson.
And he done this absolutely on his own.
He absolutely started the whole process on his own.
Without any help of adjoining affiliation, bank accounts, DBAs, push forward from anybody other than the black race.
No, actually, he was one of the few people who work in government under the Jimmy Carter administration. What I'm trying
Under
to
what
you.
administration?
Jimmy Carter's.
The Jimmy Carter or the Clarence Carter?
Jimmy Carter.
The stroking man?
So
Jimmy Carter.
You getting what I'm getting at?
No. I'm about to line it up for you though. But it was
So we're in the barbershop now. You about to line it up? Go ahead.
It was originally created just for
I
black.
like to get faded.
It was originally created for black folks.
But Jimmy Carter,
Motherfucker, it's the government.
see, I'm sorry. Am I not making sense or not making sense? So where you are actually saying that this individual, as wonderful as he was, being black, put it into order for affirmative action. That's super duper great.
For black folk.
For black folk,
And guess who didn't?
He didn't solidify it on his own.
No, wait a minute. So, okay. No matter.
I'm sorry. Am I on this earth by myself?
No, but you in America. So while you in America, you got to understand. If that's the case, if that's the case, you can laugh all you want to. If that's the case,
no, I'm looking at DJ face.
No.
He's like,
I'm talking about no matter what. If that's the case, what you doing is useless. What you talking about? What we talking about is useless.
What we're talking about?
Because we're talking about things that's happening in America.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. If you don't have nobody fighting for us in America, we're going to lose.
Where are we fighting at? We can't start a fight and try to get forces of some type of unity while we're on American soil, doing it for another continent. I live here. We got to start it here. It's the same as, what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm plugging the OTF. The fact of the matter is people are like, well, why are you only dealing with black primarily and white? There are racism in other races. We got to start somewhere. This is where I choose to start. This is where we choose to start. Miles, we have to start here. The whole topic is vindication. Clearing yourself, making sure we get from one stage to the next by doing all we can. That is vindication. And this is what we have to do. We can't sleep. We had to take the opportunity that's been given to us, even with this trial, in order to try to make some type of progress out of what even Miss Fifi said is just a half of a grain of
half a grain of sand.
The half a grain of sand. Let's say I totally agree with that. That's a half of a grain of sand that we did not have until that man got his life taken away from an officer putting his knee on his neck. If that hadn't happened, if the video hadn't been captured by a young teenager, if it hadn't been substantiated and placed on Facebook so that everybody can actually view with others, the majority have been ignoring and wanting us to remain content in the form of whatever we were in.
The pandemic.
And everything else, even before the pandemic. I've been on this front since 2014 strong. The fact of the matter is, it was undeniable visual evidence, the same as the visual evidence of Medgar Evers, the same as all the other visual evidence that people would love to take a blind eye to ignore. The conscious mindset of a black person, you can't say that's the same conscious mind as someone else who've been trained since 1787 to look at you totally differently. We have to make a movement so that they can see the equality of all life. That is what's going to create and make change. Not just only them feeling threatened by another person's color, but them being threatened by life existence itself. We have to make them care about all life. That is the projection that we need to be
I don't think we need to make them care about it. I just think they need to respect it. I don't give a damn about them caring.
I'm so glad you said that.
To be honest, I really wouldn't give a shit how they felt about caring about us. At the end of the day, I feel like we need to care about ourselves enough to demand respect and move in a way to be respected.
True.
That's just what I say.
True. I understand. Totally agree with you. But however, them caring, not only about, I'm going to talk about them just caring about our life, but them beginning to start to care about even their own life preservation. It is a fact that the fastest growing race right now is the mixed race. It is a fact. These are not my facts. These are government and economical facts from studies from professors in college, Notre Dame specifically, that the white race is the slowest growing race. If they care more about that and the fact that they're erasing their own life existence, they will start to try and view their lives and other lives in a different manner. And I'm glad you said respect, because at midnight when I found out whatever this situation happened with this 16-year-old, it's very tragic. I wrote down something and it just pretty much came out to an acronym. I said, I want to write into law. If you patrol any urban area, you need to successfully pass a racial ethnicity sensitivity psychological evaluation character training. And those acronyms actually come out to respect.
Okay.
That's what's needed.
So
I don't need to cut you off, but that's what's needed. Not only for white officers or Asian officers, even black officers. If you're even in the force right now, you need to retake the respect test. You need to be checked on your ethnic sensitivity and your psychological evaluation for your character on how you deal with urban people. Point blank, period. Because there's some folk who look like us, wasn't raised like us. And you put them into places like Herman Garden or trying to patrol the area, they're going to come off the same as this officer came off, not even saying freeze, and then kill someone.
Right. We saw it in Menace.
Exactly.
Well, the main thing is police officers need to patrol the area in which they live in.
Yeah.
And who said that?
Comey Young. So
let me go to some of our viewers. We have Sean P tuning in. What up, Sean Pipple?
What up, Sean?
Carmen Evans, she said, happy hump day, y'all. Laura, how you pronounce your last name, Book? Laura how you say it? Perea. Laura, hey. And Laura also said a lot of these people do stuff. We just don't hear about.
That's true.
Or get publicized, which is what we said. Yeah. Carmen Evans, hey boo. She said that I don't think we need silent support in times like this. Carmen also said that we are talking about are we talking about social justice or passing out turkeys? That's when we were saying that the people about being silent.
That's a good question.
She said that she agreed with you, Jewel. Laura said that we need to make more push to control elected positions through capitalizing our vote.
That's how we change the law.
I absolutely agree with that. And that's why I keep screaming the primaries too. Laura also said
we care more about lawsuits and money.
She said
you shouldn't.
Right. Laura said that is the word in the Vine. It's time for what's that? Mentless to pass? Mantless? What's that word? MANTLES.
Mantles.
Oh yeah, that word. It's time for mantles to pass.
Amen. Passing the mantle.
Carmen said, wow, Miles, I said the same thing about the NAACP yesterday. And Richard said that that he's very disappointed in the NAACP lately. The only thing seems to matter is a chicken dinner.
And having a church function.
Yeah, and Laura said that she agrees. I believe she was talking about with Richard, and she said they must love the people they patrol. Oh,
She was
no,
talking about
she was
what,
talking about the
Jewel.
police, the popo. And she said that, like the car,
and you get more respect from the people.
Pereira.
Yeah.
They respect you more. They're more
Kiera.
comfortable with you.
Pereira.
yeah, that one.
They'll trust you more. They respect you. They'll honor you.
No, go ahead.
I got a story. I'm gonna try to make this short. I mean, this
please
show
make it-
need to be 3 hours.
No,
anyway,
just make it short.
let me tell
We
you.
having
I'm gonna
stuff
tell
to
you the same problem I had. I parked. I remember the car I used to own said "Preacher" on it. That
Yeah.
black Mercury with the double pipe. It was a car to be stolen.
He was double piping.
It was anyway. I had a meeting at
That's
a church.
ridiculous.
I had a meeting at a church. I'm not going to say the church. I'm not going to
pastor
say
had
this
the bag.
pastor's name. I had a meeting at a church, and I wasn't allowed to park right in front of the church where I would have loved to saw my car. I was in that church 10 minutes, and my car was stolen and gone. Now, the pastor of that church said to me this, and this y'all could do a whole topic on this. The pastor of the church was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I wish you'd have done something to this not to happen." I said, "You could have. You could have been better to the people who are in the community of this church. They would have respected you more." I don't even blame the person who stole my car. I actually blame you, pastor, because obviously they do not
No respect.
respect you in this community. You're too busy worried about your church members who are coming from Oak Park or Southfield or whatever. But right now you are in the center of the west side of Detroit, and the people in your community where you service this neighborhood does not respect you or honor this property. That should be your focus of problem, not who my insurance is going to take care of, but the car who's got stolen.
Yeah.
You know, thank God I did get the car less than 24 hours later.
Yeah.
But that's the problem.
And back in the day, I just said this about a year and a half ago. Like, pastors used to be different, or preachers used to be different.
I'm different.
Different when I came up. My Pastor Ford at Palestine Baptist Church.
You don't even
And
know
we
what
want
church
you to
went
remember
to.
that.
It was right around.
He ain't go but 3 times.
Palestine.
Period.
That's a great name.
Yeah,
Palestine.
No, Palestine Baptist Church, New Palestine actually. So anyway,
New Palestine.
New Palestine
Okay.
Baptist Church.
They make it different.
So
Right.
Pastor
It's not the
Ford,
old Palestine.
Pastor Ford told, he said, do we have any visitors?
The new and improved.
And people rose their hand. He said, I love to have visitors, but I appreciate the people inviting you, but I really want the people in this neighborhood to come
I know that's right.
because that's who I have to service. I can reach out and touch. You know what I mean? And it made sense. He said, I love to see my people walk. The reason why I didn't even pave the parking lot because I just feel like my people need to walk up and not drive up.
Right.
So
But that's the same thing we need to do with changing. That's what this whole topic is about. Having that same type of mentality. We have
Just
to
a
start
sense of
somewhere.
community again.
Exactly.
We don't have community anymore. Like, I mean, how many people know 3 people on their block?
Right. How many
Real
people
shit.
got?
Like, you know what I'm saying? How many,
Real talk. How many people got 3 houses
I'm
on their block?
about to say.
More than 3 houses on their block.
But so can I ask you this question?
Your
Book?
next door neighbor, like
But you know I'm more than 3 people, but can I ask you
2
a
blocks
question?
away.
This question is this: did you initiate the introduction, or did they?
Well, where I live at, I bought the house that I grew up in. So some of the neighbors that are there, they've been there
Gotcha.
for a while. But we all introduce ourselves to the new neighbors. Like
Okay,
That's dope.
for most of them, we got like a few that just moved in like within the
They
last
questionable?
2-3 years that don't really speak to us, but they younger, and that's just how they kind of roll. Like we got a couple people that they always we make sure we speak to everybody.
Right,
So whether
that's
they
dope.
speak back or not.
Right.
We don't worry about it. Like, it's a young dude that live across the street from me. You know what I'm saying? At one time, he was causing too many issues with noise and that type of thing. But, you know what I'm saying? After us talking to him and like, yo, like, we're going to keep calling the cops on you until you get your stuff together.
I'm a
like,
firm
respect,
believer.
Like, respect your neighbors. Like, everybody over here like to have a good time, have fun or whatever. We typically all let each other know, like, yo, we having people over, just know that we going to be out here, blah, 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 blah. Oh, cool, no problem. But
Okay, then
you
the
ain't
day-
saying nothing. Then y'all having a party in the middle of the week, and people that live next door to you
Gotta be
get
at
up
4 in the morning.
Yeah, Jewel,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? And you don't
Jewel
say
just-
anything.
Jewel
You
just
letting
put a
people be on
shotgun
their front,
on them, right.
the front of their
Really?
lawn, in front of their crib, and
Really?
in their driveway. And
I'm
y'all
so glad
outside
that nobody
with,
hear that.
that's like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, we don't have that issue because everybody on the block kind of communicates or
That's
whatever.
dope.
They're
You know
showing
what
that
I'm
love.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna say what this post that came across my phone. Dig this. This is crazy. About the young lady
Shit's
who got
crazy.
shot. Ohio police officers shot and killed a black teenage girl holding a knife, police says, and body cam video shows. That and then it goes on at the next headline and said, the beginning of the story said, and a Columbus, Ohio police officer shot and killed a police teenager Tuesday afternoon after she attempted to cut two females with a knife, according to the officials.
Yeah, that's
and
what they
body
had
cam
said.
Footage shown on the media. So how people place things in their wording will actually like set the mind state.
We talked
of the people.
about this.
Right, they
in the last
strategic with it, so we gotta know better.
The smoke and mirrors, the abracadabra, the hocus pocus, while I'm showing you my right hand while my left hand is taking your wallet out your pocket.
Yeah.
We got to get
That's
past
classic.
that. We got to get past that. You know what I'm saying? We got to also dig deeper into research for things, not just because. Not even just only use the visual videos that's been taken and going viral. We ourselves need to stop accepting some of what we see and actually depend on what we know
Right.
at this particular time, because we definitely know that the police are going to continue to do the smoke and mirrors until you really just find out the truth. If you go, oh, well, she had a gun, oh, she had a knife, she was approaching a police officer, that's good enough for me. And until we have videos proving the total truth, in which they still would try to fabricate, or as you saw the defense attorney trying to do, in the Chavez case, trying to, if you use reasonable pressure on the neck, it wasn't the real cause of death.
Why you sound like a ghost?
Because that's how it sounds to me. That's how that actually said. That's how that when they talk, that actually sounds like what is transferred once it comes to my mind.
They definitely
if it
tried
hits
to make
my
it seem
ear.
like he had pre-existing.
Yeah, it wasn't that. You know what I'm
conditions
saying?
that really really killed him.
You know what I'm saying? And, forget about the fact that he allegedly passed counterfeit money. Forget about the fact that whatever may have been allegedly in the system. The fact of the matter is the man didn't deserve to die because of whatever you perceived him have. At the end of the day, and this is what the part that just does it to me, and let me come down. People say, well, police officers got to be protected too, and yada. I understand all that, but we did not sign applications knowing that we might be putting our lives on the line. At the end of the day, you are here to serve and protect. I don't want to hear another ignorant person, I don't care what color you are, say, well, blacks kill themselves. So why does black lives matter? Why does black life matter when a police officer do it? Well, if blacks are truly killing themselves at whatever statistical rate that you might want to conjure up, the fact of the matter is other blacks did not sign an application to say that they're not just going to go out and kill people. How about that?
Yeah, very true.
Can I just say?
Yes, you can. Say.
While I agree with what you said, Jewel, about we can't just go and say, hey, black people kill black people. I still feel like we have to have self-respect first, because the reason why all of this is going on at the end of the day is the lack thereof of self-respect that's portrayed by our people.
Well, Miss Fifi, well, I love you dearly and all of that, and I do want something. I want yours, Miles.
The
fact
I'm not saying that is justified what they do, but listen.
Here's the pushback.
If we go to our own, if we looking at our own people or whatever, right? Like just like how Boog was saying about about how the neighbors are and stuff or whatever, how his neighborhood is and how they band together, and because of that, because they. When a person goes there and they see that, okay, these niggas ain't playing on this block, you know what I'm saying? They own your head about this. They make you cut your grass. They make you pick your stuff up off the block, stuff like that. It's a tone that's set.
Now, I agree with you.
So with that being said, what type of tone are we setting as a people overall for people to want to feel a different type of way and look at us different?
The tone that you're actually exemplifying, which is great, but they also have the tone of the remnants of what they've been brought into.
Well, what
Some
about
people-
ours?
Well, hey, everybody wasn't raised the same. I'm not giving them excuse.
And they
I'm
not
just
either.
giving you the psychological evaluation of some people who have been placed in a position that they are that gives them attitude, which is the exact same thing that our counterpart people are doing. Oh, I can't believe you offended me. Oh, I need some medication. Oh, I need therapy. Oh, I have a reason or excuse to feel this way. I feel you're invading my space. Come on now. We're not supposed to have emotions. We're not supposed to have 400 years of psychological depression without therapy.
Well,
Right? Why won't we get therapy? We got Medicaid now.
Right. So
why not?
Right.
I don't know why.
Exactly my point.
I get it.
Exactly
I
my
understand.
point. So
I'm
you
just
can't.
I'm
so
telling
we,
you,
as a people, can't point the finger at other people when we're not even doing what it takes to help ourselves.
I am with you, but
Yeah,
I'm
nobody
telling you
disagreeing
about.
with that
I'm
point.
never disagreeing with you. I'm telling you what the pushback will be from some individuals who can actually validate the reason why they don't unite.
What can I put like
They
this?
need to be. They're broken folk who need to be fixed. We have over 400 years of brokenness that no one's ever even talked about trying to fix.
Yeah, we have. They
Sure.
just don't listen.
Everybody in this room had traveled outside of Michigan, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is not bullshit. This is not statistics. This is just straight up facts. When you go to Sterling Heights, right? Mm-hmm. What do you see? And they got a whole Asian community, don't they? Mm-hmm. They got their own market, right? And that's where they live at, right?
We talked about this,
right?
the cattle theory.
Hold on. So, but at the same time, they manage their area properly.
True.
Now, in Detroit, we used to have a place where Chaldeans were. Mm-hmm. Chaldeans said, you know what? These Negroes is sitting up here throwing firebombs in our buildings, robbing our buildings. They moved themselves out of the area and moved to a part of Dearborn.
Can I raise my hand in the class?
Yeah, you can raise it, but you're not going to get an answer right now. Hold on. So all I'm saying is, it's sad, but it's true. There's hardly no black areas.
We got a caller.
Yep, it's concentrated by black people.
I totally agree with you, but I
Hey,
also have to
caller.
say,
We got a caller. Hello, caller.
Good morning, Rice and Grind.
Hey, Suge. That's Carmen.
I knew it was you.
that's the mayor, Mayor Evans.
I'm so disgusted with this whole situation. I don't feel like, as African American people, we have been vindicated at all, at the least, by this this charge.
Right.
As the charge was being read, we had a black man being killed by Detroit Police Department at the same time that the charges was being read by almost the exact same scenario of
He
the
was
young
choked?
lady in Ohio.
Oh.
The young man probably had a knife, was, going after the police officer, stabbed him in the leg. They shot and killed him, but in the meantime of shooting and killing him, they shot their own, partner. Be that as it may. Just hear me out when I say this, and I understand what you guys are saying, Fifi. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm feeling is I'm so sick and tired of hearing us say that until we love until we love ourselves, until we do this, we can't really say, nothing about the police. One has nothing to do with the other.
Yep.
Whatsoever. I think that just gives them a line to continue to kill us because they say what? They don't even care about themselves.
This is
So why not, assassinate them? We have to be able to talk about the two simultaneously without connecting the two together.
totally agreed. And
A
also,
life has nothing to do with it should not be predicated on what I will or won't do when the person that supposedly that has the authority and the power tell me to do it.
understandable. I totally agree with you, Miss Evans.
Yeah, the issues that we need to fix on the block does not give the police, any police officer, the right to kill or, to me, assassinate an African American young man or young woman. at their leisure.
It all boils down to everything that we've already been discussing, not just on this show, on the prior show that I was on. Even with what you just mentioned, Doc, about economic security of our own race. If we, and these are laws that are also, and rules and videos that we're projecting on other2fifths.org. If we, even with the subject that you said, Miss Fifi, we have to understand that we were bred and brought here to be cattle. They didn't want us to ever be free. So at that point, we still, even though we weren't picking the cotton, we were actually pushed into their national gross product as far as consuming their products, which brought a plethora of other races to this country because they knew that we would buy, psychologically convinced us to do so. We ain't never was supposed to own nothing, be millionaires or billionaires, and if we did, it was just supposed to only be a few of us. We're never supposed to be put in a position of power. So in between the redlining and psychologically convincing us that we only gonna buy from each other, we bought into it. And they kept it that way. Why can't a black person, several black people get together to successfully own a beauty supply? Because the Asians just came over here and locked it down. Now, we can own it, but we're going to be paying at least twice as much more than what they were doing, which will make us eventually quit because we're not making any profit to stay in the business.
Well, the bad part about that is you're so true, but at the same time, the reason why the Asians own it because the black people sold it to them. And that's a problem. We are, Broner Brothers.
Cattle.
Broner Brothers and them, they sold the whole industry basically to Chinese folks.
Cattle.
And
because we care about money. Exactly.
So if people realize though that we was the makers of stuff like when Mahalia Jackson and what's her name?
Madam C.J. Walker.
Madam C.J. Walker was actually making products for our hair. But we don't want to work for shit no more. We want it given to us. And that's the sad part.
Let me say this and then I'm going to hang up.
Okay.
Remember what our grandmothers used to always tell us, and some parents, what goes on in the house stays in the house. A lot of that stuff is spilling over into the street. We still need to deal with that stuff in-house, meaning, let's deal with the self-hatred that we have towards each other. Let's deal with the trauma, that we have experienced that continues to play out in our everyday lives.
Simultaneous agenda.
Exactly. Let's deal with that. But let's not take the focus off what it is with black police. I mean, not black police officers. White police officers killing our black children. That's all I want to say. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Thank you,
You better run for office.
Yeah. If we don't run for office, I'll run for mayor. I mean, like literally,
You gonna run for who?
Mayor. I'll write mayor on my chest and run down Jefferson. Listen.
Run up, Jeff. You don't run down, you can run up.
Whatever. This is a topic going for days and days. Jewel, what can we find you at?
You can find me, Other 2/5
Strip Club. But
Other 2/5 OTAGR TWOFIFTHS. Not only on Instagram, but also on Facebook. Please log in. We need to get our numbers up. You can also find me on Facebook on my personal page, Jewel Silas, JEWEL SILAS. Whoop, whoop. Other 2/5, please support the brand. We breaking this thing down, giving you the proportion of respect, honor, and dignity that you ain't been getting. Come on, somebody.
That's what's up. And I know I joke, but Jewel is the man of the club. But he got a good personality, and I can say shit around him. Listen, Phoebe, we can find you.
Can you see this on screen?
I'll be right here. It's like, no, you can find me here every morning at 9 o'clock at the Rise and Grind Morning Show, Monday through Friday. You can also find me on social media at Ms. Fifi the Plug on Instagram and Facebook. That's MZFEFE the Plug.
Butt plug.
This is the actual.
I'm gonna slap this nigga.
Hey, look,
And
Fifi, you actually had a great show yesterday.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sabrina, for being my guest yesterday on the Pink Part. And shout out to let me bring up the back end of what our comments and stuff said. Shout out to Remedy. She said good morning to everybody. Shizba came in and she said good morning, and she said it was a very informative panel this morning and much appreciated. She said that Miles, she agrees that you only went to church 3 times. That's why you didn't know the name of the church.
2.5.
Yep. And she said that exactly, that I'll forever be the crying Indian over a piece of trash. Ain't nobody talking about the white people, neighbors on an Indian reservation that can't get land on.
Wow.
Yeah. And Laura said, "Can you type the website the other 2/5?"
Please do that,
Yeah,
DJ.
and she said she tried finding it, but I think I'm typing it wrong. And she said thank you.
www.other2fifths.com.
Jewel, put the link in the thread. That's what she said.
Yeah, they all said Jewel put it in there.
You put it in there?
Yeah.
So yeah,
He do it. The thread, go to podcast. There
Yeah, I'm
you
right
go. He about to
Boog, where you be at?
Y'all can find me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter @Boogs World. Also follow Groove Radio Detroit. www.grooveradiodetroit.com. Podcasting show is about to start airing on Groove Radio real soon.
Mine's is too.
Shut your ass up.
Yeah.
So, but I do have a question, Jewel. You said you want to shout out somebody else, right?
Yes, yes.
Go ahead, shout them out.
What is your aunt name? Is Stephanie
Desiderio.
Desiderio. Mad shout outs to her. She came on, asked me about some products, and not only did she ask me, I went in last night and saw that she had purchased several items from the website, from our e-commerce. Mad shout out and love to you. Seriously, I truly appreciate you, and I definitely will be sending you out some special items and notices. Thank you so very much. Appreciate that from the CEO of Other Two Fifths.
Yeah. So, Sean, thank you for reaching out and definitely supporting us. He shared the episode too, but Fifi ain't gonna
Sean
lie.
Pipple?
Sean Pipple.
That's my friend.
Shut your ass.
He is my friend.
Okay. So, but
Sean P.
yeah, and we gonna go over this. We gonna get some more. I'm gonna try to Phoebe. No, I'm gonna try because you ain't gonna do it.
Miles, you shut the hell up.
I'm gonna try to get somebody who been involved with the young lady getting killed in Columbus.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. Go ahead.
Ain't
no need in line.
It's just about thank you for listening, y'all. Until next time. Oh, my name is Miles Dixon. You can find me.
The media manure. Go ahead.
I am the media manure because I'm the shit.
See them titties. See them titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. I'm gonna put the link in for Miles GoFundMe for his bra. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go find me a bra tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, so I'm the mediapreneur on Facebook.
Don't get it from Rainbows.
MD.
They got cardboard in the cups.
M Dixon.
Girls be wearing cardboard cup
Instagram.
underwire bras.
We about to go. You don't have to give us no. Oh,
Deuces.
Oh, he's saying deuces. Yeah, we out. Peace.
Holla back. Ooh.
Hey, what's up? This your boy MD from the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. But check this out. If y'all have any independent clothing, get in contact with us. Hit us up, simplypodcastic@gmail.com. Hit us up on our Facebook page. Just get in contact with us. We want to promote you, help us help you, and we'll be a better group of people. All right? So, again, www.simplypodcastic.com. You can see all the video channels. Everybody who be on podcasting, you can see their shows right there. Also, you can check us out on Simply Podcasting or Podcasting on Facebook. Hit us up on our IG page, Simply Podcasting. We there for you. We right here, homegrown, right in the D, baby. But we global. You know what I mean? We mobile global. You know what I mean? We global mobile, however you want to put it. We right here for you. Independent clothiers, get in contact with us. Hit us up. And we'll promote you. We'll even interview you, do a whole marketing plan with you. We down for you. We here. All right? Peace.